everyone, this is 1 Year On. I'm Alison. And following on from episode 30, today's episode is about how I am going now with work. I've been back to work now for over a year and it's been a tricky time. My work is based with an employer that consults to clients, and they have had to replace me on the client engagement I was on, as they had to get the work done and didn't know when I would be back. The show must go on. I've also had the issue that I have been able to go back to work, but not full-time work yet. This was very tricky for my employer. I first started back doing some in-house work for the development of the company with the Chief Operating Officer. I was looking at helping staff to understand why something had to be done the way it had and to change their behaviours because a lot of them weren't doing it properly. Then I had the opportunity to go back to my old engagement where I left when I got sick as the present incumbent was going on holiday. I was very glad to be back with my team and they welcomed me back. It healed me a lot because I had been grieving heavily in the loss of my identity in that role and grieving not seeing those people every day as we got on so well. I didn't know who I was for a long time while I was sick. And then I went back and started doing some more work with the corporate comms team, which was really valuable to me. It showed me I could still do and be and achieve, and indeed I was able to do some tasks which I hadn't done for a long time, which in a way extended my skill set. It certainly made them current. It was a great time to be able to help out there, as that team was very much under a lot of pressure, because I could just go away and plug away at writing. I managed to build up some hours, which was also good. Then the company announced a restructure which brought some uncertainty and stress to the staff. It made it very hard to work, with stress being something that I learned affected my communications abilities. For the next several months I wasn't able to increase hours, and I began to wonder would I even have a job at the end of it all. There was a great deal of anxiety and uncertainty, and the team were in what felt very much the dark. Then I went overseas and was away when most of the retrenchments were happening. I came back to a very different company with very different people. They were the same names, but they had undergone a massive change which I hadn't been a party to. I was oblivious to it, and the change in them was very noticeable. This was hard to settle back into, and the company began to rebuild. I was left with no role and unable to work out where I fitted in. I got my occupational therapist to be involved in discussions with my employer, which gave me a distance, and that was very helpful. Miraculously, a role popped up and had been created within the previous engagement I had been on, doing a different piece of work for a different team within the wider team, but I would be working with largely the same people I had worked with before, and reporting to someone that I knew quite well and had had a fair bit to do with in the past. My desk, funnily enough, is one across and one row back from my old desk. I began in this role a few weeks back, and I'm finding my feet, as they have created this role from scratch and embedding myself into the team, understanding what they need now and how I can add value. I'm hoping it's a good experience for me and I'm more settled, because it's been a little difficult to feel settled in an environment where there was no stability. Day one on this engagement, I had my door pass, my computer logged on quickly, and I'm able to do the mandatory training, which is good really, because this client, things are usually quite complex and very slow. Time will tell if this will work out longer term, but for now it's a good use of my skills, and I'm hoping I'm able to learn lots in this sustainment team. In my general life, I'm finding driving much less tiring now. I'm able to go to the shops without using my earplugs mostly. I still find bright lights smart me and sharp noises make my hearing go temporarily deaf. Cutlery being dropped on the table, loud chinking of crockery, still an issue, and I suspect will continue to be. The effect of background noise is waning on me, and the high-octane sensory sensitivity is still there. Thank you very much for listening. If you have enjoyed this episode, please like, share, subscribe and leave a comment. I will be be back next time to talk more of the brain training apps I grew to know and love, which I think you may enjoy. Thank you.